Hi, this is Stephanie, and welcome! Today I'm going to be doing some fan art of Ranma 1/2, and I'm going to talk about it. If you don't want to hear me fangirl over one of my favorite series, please just mute and watch the sketching and line work process. I'm starting the process digitally, then I will print out the line work on cardstock and color traditionally with alcohol markers. I'll show this at the end of the video. So most of what I'm going to be talking about is from Wikipedia. I'll leave the links down below so you can check it out for yourself. So a lot of this is just copy and paste, and I'm just reading off of the website. So let's get into this. Alright. Ranma 1/2 is a Japanese manga, later adapted into an anime series. It's about Ranma Satama, a young man traveling with his father, Genma, and training in the martial arts. Martial arts is this boy's life. Whenever his pride is damaged, Ranma will go to great lengths to rectify the situation. He can come across as petty and arrogant and disrespectful, as he is prone to bragging and tossing insults. Despite these flaws, he retains a moral center throughout the series and little to no problems helping those in need. He also has an extreme fear of cats, resulting from when his father trained him in the misconcepted cat food technique. If he is isolated with a cat in a very small space, or when he can no longer cope with his fear of cats, he begins behaving like a cat himself and becomes a master of the cat food. And only Akane can calm him down. So in the beginning of the series, they are training at Jusenkyo. Jusenkyo is known for the cursed springs. When someone falls into the cursed springs, they take the physical form of whatever drowned there hundreds or thousands of years ago, whenever they come in contact with cold water. The curse will reverse back with hot water. His father fell into the spring of the drowned panda, whereas Ranma fell into the spring of a drowned girl. Though the story is about Ranma trying to end the curse, it's mostly about the arranged marriage between him and Akane. We find out that his dad promised him to an old friend a long time ago, and that their children would continue the Tendo Dojo together. When Ranma and Akane finally meet, they instantly hate each other. They want no part of the arrangement, but because of the deal between the fathers, Ranma and his father have become permanent residents of the dojo, so Ranma and Akane have to get along for the most part, but they still don't want to get married. Akane is the youngest daughter of 3. Her family chose her to be engaged to him and carry on the Tendo family dojo. Due to numerous arguments and misunderstandings, their engagement was not off to a good start. Although she feels inferior to her older sisters and others, Akane is revered for her beauty and capability in martial arts. She is quite popular with the boys at school, though she would prefer a little less attention from them. When Ranma belittles her lack of success or calls her uncute, ugly, overmuscled, unfeminine, and tomboyish, she often gets upset, and also gets very jealous when others show Ranma physical affection towards him, but pretends not to be bothered by it. She loves Ranma deep down, despite frequently refusing to show it. Since they are only teenagers, the union is put on hold and they have to finish high school together. There he becomes a rival of the captain of the kendo team, Kuno Tatewake. He's been in love with Akane for years, and when he finds out about Ranma, he wants to eliminate him. While at the same time, he is in love with Ranma's female form, Ranko. He calls her that pigtailed hair girl, and demands her attention whenever she's around. Kuno is very narcissistic and can't understand why Akane and Ranko haven't fallen in love with him. Ranma was in female form and introduced as Ranko, cousin of the Tendo family. His curse was a secret in the anime, only a few knew of the curse. Kuno has a sister, Kododachi, captain of the gymnastics team, and when she puts her eye on Ranma, she falls in love at first sight. And she now hates Akane and considers her a rival now. Later in the series, we are introduced to more characters, such as Ryoga Hibiki. Ryoga is a longtime rival of Ranma since they've been little. They were supposed to have a fight, but since Ryoga has no sense of direction and gets lost easily, he showed up to the fight 4 days late, only to find out Ranma left on the 3rd. Trying to constantly catch up to Ranma, he followed him to the Cursed Springs, where he was accidentally knocked into the spring of the drowned black piglet. Now he hates Ranma even more. Akane found Ryoga one day in his cursed state, and she took him home and named him P-chan. He fell madly in love with Akane and became overprotective over her. He also sleeps in her bed as P-chan every night, and this pisses off Ranma to no end, because he knows it's Ryoga. We also meet the Chinese Amazon Shampoo and her great-grandmother Cologne. Ranko and his father were coming to watch this contest and saw a great table of food. They ate all of it only to find out it was the winning prize of this contest they came to see. Shampoo fought Ranko in the contest and lost, having Shampoo give Ranko the kiss of death, a promise to track her down and eventually kill her, only later to find out that Ranko is Ranma, and she gave him the kiss of marriage, a promise to marry the one who defeated her. As punishment for her failure to kill female Ranma or marry male Ranma, her great-grandmother Cologne brought her to Jusenkyo for retraining. During this training, she fell into the spring of drowned cat, making her cursed to turn into a cat, the one thing Ranma fears most. It turns out that Genma Satone made many of these promises of marriages in exchange for shelter, food, valuables, and his son's training to different families. He really loves his son, but he really loves food more. Ukyo, an okonomiyaki chef and a childhood friend of Ranma. 10 years before this story's beginning, she met Ranma during the training voyage to the country with Genma. Her father proposed an arranged marriage to Ranma, who was unaware that she was a girl, with his okonomiyaki cart, acting as the dowry, to which Genma agreed. But when an oblivious Ranma said he liked okonomiyaki more than Ukyo, Genma stole the cart, breaking the engagement and leaving her behind. The reason why Ranma tolerates his big number of suitors is not only because he is generally very friendly and caring towards them, going through great lengths to make sure Shampoo doesn't hate him, for example, but mainly because he considers himself a hunk. In spite of this, Ranma gets most of the violence that happens in the story. Ranma and Akane get closer throughout the series, each going to great lengths to save the other when in trouble. Publication The Weekly Shonen Sunday, issue number 36, published in August 1987 until March 1996. The manga was published on a near weekly basis with the occasional colored page to spruce up the usually black and white stories. After nearly a decade of storylines, the final chapter was published in the Shonen issue number 12 of March 1996. The 407 chapters were periodically collected and published into a total of 38 black and white volumes from 1988 to 1996, then later reproduced from April 2002 to October 2003. An anime television series was created by Studio Dinen and aired weekly between April 15, 1989 and September 16, 1989 on Fuji TV for 18 episodes before being cancelled due to low rating. The series was then reworked by most of the same staff and launched in a different time slot, running for 143 episodes from 1989 to 1992. The anime stays true to the original manga, but does differ from keeping Ranma's sex transformation a secret from the high school students. And the anime also alters the placement of many story arcs and contains numerous original episodes and characters not adapted from the manga. Later, 3 theatrical films were released, the first being the Battle of Nekonran, China, a battle to defy the rules. Next was Battle at Tonkekyo, Get Back the Brides. And then last was Super Indiscriminate Decisive Battle, Team Ranma versus the Legendary Phoenix. If you had the VHS tapes of Dragon Ball, Pokemon, or Kimba, then you remember the trailers and previews in the beginning. one of which was the trailer for the movie Ranma 1/2 Trouble in Necron, China, where Akane is kidnapped and forced to be married to Prince Kirin. If you remember that preview, then you remember that amazingly catching song, Rabbits, It's Love. It's a very lighthearted series, lots of humor and silliness, and most definitely worth a look. If you'd like a free copy of this line work, the link is in the description. Don't forget to tag me so I can see how you colored it. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and have a great day.